Good morning, Ohio. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Nicholas Dunn from Ohio's News Center, and we're going to do a weather briefing. This is going to be for tomorrow, where we're going to record this currently on January 2nd, 2015 at 11 o'clock a.m. Looking at weather headlines for tomorrow, we're looking at the potential for some heavy rain across the state. The areas outlined here in the yellow shades, from Cincinnati all the way up the I-71 corridor, and then from Dayton along the I-70 corridor, up the I-75 corridor, and parts of the I-77 corridor, and even a little bit of the turnpike here as well. Could see over a half inch of rain, and most places in this area will pick up over an inch of rain, and that may lead to a few flooding problems in some locations depending on how well your drainage is. So if you live by a drain, if you have any leaves left or anything like that, you should get rid of all that. But before we get to the heavy rain, there's a brief potential for some icing early tomorrow morning through the noon hour. We'll detail that and break it down bit by bit for you here in just a second. The other thing we're going to be concerned with is a few thunderstorms moving into the region Saturday afternoon and overnight. Could bring some gusty winds, maybe to 30 or 40 miles per hour. No severe weather is expected, and no damage is expected, unlike on Christmas Eve of last week. Here is a weather forecast model. This is called the WRF model, or the high resolution NAM, if you will. And as you can see, as the rain pushes into the region early Saturday morning, we're really not seeing a lot of icing here. There is a couple patches where there could be a little bit of freezing rain, and that's pretty much right near the I-70 corridors where the onset of this precipitation comes in. And as it pushes north, you're going to see that the icing threat really does not impact areas south of I-70. So for Saturday early morning, rain moving in, little if any frozen precipitation mixes in. Temperatures will be rising to or above freezing by this time across areas south of I-70. Take a look at mid-morning Saturday. That precipitation surges northward into an air mass that is cooler. We could even see a little bit of snow to start the morning in far northwest Ohio. Otherwise, precipitation will continue to move northeast. North of I-70 here, you can kind of see this pink area here. This is where we will be concerned for the potential for a little bit of an icing threat, just enough to make travel slippery. I don't think the threat is very long, and the precipitation should not be too terribly heavy. However, that could still cause a few travel troubles, so make sure you're using extra caution while driving tomorrow if you do encounter the frozen precipitation. Looking at late morning Saturday, the precipitation continues to move northward. This is a little closer to noon. Little icing threat exists in Ohio, except along the turnpike and in far northeastern Ohio as well. Any accretion of ice will be light, but travel will be slippery. Ice accretion meaning any ice that accumulates on your car, on the road, on the sidewalks. Those would be the three primary concerns that I would have. So traveling could be a little slippery at times early tomorrow morning. I don't expect any advisories to come out for this. We will likely see some special weather statements, but we'll see what happens. Of course, if any advisories do come out, we'll be the first to let you know. We'll keep you updated. And now I mentioned the threat for thunderstorms coming in Saturday night. Take a look at this little line of heavier showers and maybe even a few embedded thunderstorms stretching from Lake Erie all the way down through Kentucky, Tennessee, into Mississippi and Alabama. This is where a lot of our heavy rain and gusty winds will come in, and then you can see behind it some leftover residual rain showers. You can see the mixed precipitation stays well to our north and well to our east, so temperatures will be very warm tomorrow night, at least warm enough above freezing to the point where we could definitely see a few thunderstorms, and the precipitation will remain in all liquid form. So again, we're just kind of giving you an update, giving you a heads up on the weather for tomorrow. We'll have another update this evening here on Ohio's News Center. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.